Okay, I'm in a new town. I found a town called Lancaster, I've never heard of, and I found this really cool place called the Royal Hotel and Bar. So I guess the king probably stays here. And I got a nice first floor room. It's very surprising. I'm gonna kind of back up here a little bit and show you my room. It's a nice big bed, full, maybe with a queen. A nice big flat screen, that's a heater. And they always have coffee and biscuits. Biscuits is what they call cookies. And look at this bathroom. OMG. That's the shower. And it kind of, this goes to the floor, there's a little piece of glass there. And that's a towel heater and a seat. They probably figured, hey, let's give him the handicap room. He came in hobbling with a cane. Let's keep him on the first floor. Which I thought was very nice. And if you have never seen one of their toilets, I guess I got to show you. They're a little different. Kind of, just a little different. And I'm just gonna take a walk out the door here. Excuse me.
Sorry.
It was made. So this is the outside courtyard. There's inside there's a bar, and those are more hotel rooms up there. And I'll probably be checking out that bar. They close at 9:30. I guess it's Sunday night. I'm not too surprised. But just down the way over here, there's kind of all the bars and restaurants. It's about a block away. And then that's a big city building that's probably not anymore. It's just beautiful. There's a big park in front of it with a statue of Queen Victoria. Maybe we'll take a walk over there later. But it's just kind of fun. Every time I come into a new town, the first challenge is I got to figure out where I'm at and find a place that's going to be not too far away from the things that are happening and near the bars and restaurants and not in a bad side of town. So I have to drive around in circles for a little while until I find an area. Then I park and I go knocking on doors to find a hotel. And so that's kind of what that is. And I think I've got this figured out. Whoops. This is supposed to, it's supposed to flip around to me. But anyway, this is Sunday, and I'm gonna go on walkabout, then I'm gonna go eat about, and then maybe even drink about. So I will catch you guys later. Okay, so this is where I'm staying tonight. This is the Royal Hotel and Bar. I'm not sure what this building is across the street. I'm gonna try to find out. But this is kind of another part of town. While we're just kind of walking and talking here, one of the things, there's a lot of things that are different. Some are slightly different and hardly noticeable, and other ones are just huge. One of the huge differences is the drivers here are unbelievably good. Well, there's a double-decker bus. That's why they don't have low overpasses anywhere. Yeah, they whip around these tiny little roads at high speeds, and they just handle it. And they get in traffic, and they're polite and courteous, and every single person uses their blinker every single time they change lanes. Nobody tailgates, nobody beeps their horn. It's just unbelievable. It's one of the things that I just marvel about every time I come overseas to see how people over here drive. It just makes me wish that I wish that we could do that back home. Let's see where's my little switch button here. It's a little park that's got a statue of Queen Victoria in it. restaurants which I'm going to check out a little bit later. Gotta walk late right now, so I'm going to cross. Hear my stick hitting the ground. Once my legs get loosened up, I don't need it, but when I just get out of the car, oh man, do I need it. Okay, so here is, I don't know what the hell it is. It doesn't look, oh, it says Town Hall. That's Lancaster Town Hall. Good. So there's that. Here's the park right across. That's Queen Victoria up there. She obviously loved pigeons. So this looks like it's going to be a kind of a cool town. I'm really glad today that I stopped driving as early as I did. I beat myself up too bad yesterday. By the time I got to relax and settle in, just wasn't able to catch up. And I had what seemed like a decent dinner, but I lost it all before I'm laying in bed. I just got sicker than a dog. But the weather's great. It's like, it's at least 60 right now. It's hard to tell because I think they call it like 15 or 16. I'm trying to do it in my head, but it's around 60. It feels nice. It's springtime here. You can see flowers blooming and leaves turning. And look at the size of these trucks. They're just massive. That one almost looks like it's for livestock. It is. It's livestock transport. Now, when they say livestock over here, they mean sheep. They're not talking about cows. They don't have pigs. I've never seen a horse. No chickens. I'm sure they have them somewhere, but I have probably seen 47 million sheep. I've almost ran over a few this morning. I got that on video, and I'll try and stick that on the in the videos tonight. But anyway, that's kind of what's going on right now, and I will report back later. I'm having fun. Okay, so I was talking about some of the differences, little stuff like ashtray on the table. I'm sitting out in the courtyard pub. And there's ashtrays all over the place. It's still commonplace here. Now this is my new gimbal. I've got this thing set up on a tripod on the gimbal, and it will follow me as I move back and forth, which is kind of cool. I'm hands-free right now, which is nice. I was talking about the driving. The drivers are just unbelievable. Those roads. I tried to get some video of the roads, the really scary ones, the really hard to drive on ones. I couldn't videotape them because I couldn't take my hand off the wheel. I tried to mount the camera in a way that I could actually use the mount so it would take care of itself, but there's not enough room on the dashboard. And I couldn't scratch my nose. I mean, on some of these, it goes from two very, very narrow lanes, some places down to one lane. And you just have to hope when you're seeing the other cars, you see another car coming before it gets too close to you. And in some cases, there's hedgerow on both sides, or there's stone wall on one side and hedgerow on the other, and there's just no way to negotiate two cars around there. So when I got into places like that, I would drive really fast because I'm afraid I'm going to encounter a car. I just figure the shorter the distance of time that I'm in one of those spots, the less likely it would be that I'm going to encounter a car. And I did on a couple occasions. And I hit hedgerows, and the mirrors got knocked back against the car, and I hit a car once that was just going down the road, and they're just so close, and these guys are just so good and so accurate. And all the cars over here have like these little features that they tell you when you're getting too close to something, or if you're getting too close to the edge of your lane even. I don't know how they do that, but it's got a little thing on your dashboard that just starts to light up that you're too close to this edge of the lane. But yeah, driving, the people are really respectful. There is no road rage. People just get out of the way. If they see someone wants to go faster, they get out of the way. They use their blinkers 100% of the time. And for me, it's like I tried to do it 100% of the time. I would catch myself every once in a while switching lanes and not putting the blinker on, and I'd look around to see if anybody noticed that. But it's just kind of fun noticing the difference. This is a local Pilsner. Every town I go to, I just try their local beers. And I'm not talking about craft beers. This is not from the bar. This is a beer that's from Lancaster, that the people in Lancaster drink. And when I was in the Brecon in the last country, it was the same thing. I drank their local beers and just tried it out, and it was great. And Wales, that's the word I was looking for. Yeah, you can see my my brain's on a tilt a little bit right now, just from driving too much. I also did something kind of different today. I stopped at the first gas station this morning. When I got up this morning, I got dressed, shampooed, washed, everything got packed up, and it was like 7:30 in the morning. Figuring, it wasn't really a super early start, but I might as well get on the road. Now, nothing's open, including the breakfast at the bed and breakfast. They don't start serving. The earliest one I saw was 8:30, and I went downstairs this morning at 7:30, and there was a guy down there having a beer, and it looked like he was somebody who stayed at the hotel. And I asked him, he goes, he said, nobody's around. I don't think they're getting ready to make breakfast. So you're probably at least an hour away for breakfast. So I just took off. But going down driving down the street and walking down the street, and there's nobody moving. It was just desolate at 7:30 in the morning. I finally found a gas station that was open, and I just loaded up with groceries. I got some apples and some pears and some bananas and some bread to make peanut butter sandwiches with, and some juice and a bunch of waters, figuring that I can pull over as often as I want to. And they have these little pullovers as you're going down these very narrow roads. It's just a little thing, and it's got a little parking sign, and it's this little place you can pull over. Sometimes it's not bigger than your car. Sometimes it's big enough to put 10 cars in. But so today I did that more. I just stopped and got myself a cup of coffee, or I had something to drink, or stretched my legs. I just stopped a lot more, so that was a lot easier of a drive. Because not only am I just sitting in the car too long, I'm not used to that, but the other thing is it's just I can't. It's hard because you're super hyper focused, and your hands are on the wheel, just at 10 and 2, and just squeezing that wheel, and you're just trying to stay on the road. It's insane. So I try not to do too much today. So I quit driving at like 1 o'clock, and I got to Lancaster, and that's enough for today. I got out of the Manchester, Liverpool area. I didn't have any interest in getting the big cities. To me, I just have no interest in hanging out in Lancaster is a much bigger city than I thought it is. But I found the old town. They call it the town center, and this is the oldest part of town. There's like a lot of bars and restaurants and people milling about, so it's kind of a cool place. I found the right place to be, and I'm about 150 miles from Edinburgh, which is my next destination and first stop in Scotland, and that'll be tomorrow. And we'll see what happens in Scotland. It's just been kind of fun. It's just been playing everything by ear, and I mapped out a possible destination day by day, just so I had something to look at. But I've just been kind of going, feeling out what my body feels like, and what I feel like doing, and what's the weather like, and what's the traffic like, and what are the people like. And so I didn't expect to end up in Lancaster, and it looks like a really cool place. So here I am. So I'm going to try to spend a little bit of time. I figured out the app finally. I think I did, on how to make these videos, because the ones I sent before, it just cut out all the narrative. It just kind of was a montage, but I used a template, and the template was more, I think, for quick shot videos and photographs. And so I'm going to try, maybe without a template, just stitching some of these together so that it just makes a film, but you can hear the narrative. Otherwise, and that way I won't have to send them, individually, one by one across there. But so it's about 2:30 Sunday afternoon, and I'm just hanging out, having fun. See you soon.